So you can see that it's July 19th, 2025 at 8:24 p.m. on Saturday. So I'm going to open up the app, and it should time out at a certain interval. Like it's programmed to time at a certain interval, not when I say anything contentious, right? So people, have long-term consequences for not acknowledging reality. So anyways, so I'm going to start out here, and so I'll just read it off to you here. So it says he. So I'm going to take a picture of this. Like this phone is from 2022. So I'm holding it about 13 inches up. So let's see if the words are legible. Okay, they're legible here. So anyways, so I'm just going to read off here. Okay, so I'm going to start where the green arrow is. And then so I'll put it over on the other side because it's going to be there. He talks about, being immortal, that if a car should hit him, nothing will happen to him because of his unique genetics. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a video. So what he's referencing is a video I posted while I was in Denmark in 2019. This is going to be the first video to show that I was in Denmark. So I'll go down here, proof. So you can see how many times, I don't speak like that, and he's a doctor, right? So in this video, mentalist, maybe not. You can see the different type of housing, and this is in Europe, and you can see right here where it says 6 years ago. So he referenced the video from 6 years ago as if it would have anything to do with my mental health state in July 19, 2025. So in this video, I'm like, most of my videos are serious. This one's not so serious. So the opposite of serious is farcical, funny, frivolous, and joking around. And then after I say that, I change the tone of my voice. And then I'm like, I'm going to stop these cars with my mind. I say it exactly like that. That's a sarcastic tone. So I'll show you from the Neural Image magazine from February 9th, 2024, that recognizing sarcasm is a sign of a healthy mind. And clearly, Chinedu Ogbonna, Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna at the Sault Area Hospital in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, SAULT area hospital, is not competent because he's not able to recognize sarcasm. And in this video, I'm going to show you how he lied several times. And these videos here are from 6 years ago, and this is the refugee camp. It's around the same time, but I'll show you a video from Copenhagen later on. So he lied several times, and how he contradicts information from the substitute decision maker. And I haven't unleashed the haymaker yet, and because if you're in a boxing match, I'm just gonna say this for sure on film. If you're in a boxing match, the last thing you do is leave it up to the judges. So I'm going to go for the home run, the grand slam, because he said I was medicated. I was diagnosed, first assessed in 2017. I'm going to show medical records. He said I was assessed in 2017 and I was released after a few days. So I'm going to be able to show medical records, how I was assessed in 2017, released, assessed once I got back from Denmark in 2019, released, and then I wasn't diagnosed until 2020. So the substitute decision maker and Dr. Ogbonna can't get their lies coordinated. And that's the thing, right? When you lie about something, it's hard to keep the lie going. But when you tell the truth, you know exactly the truth. The truth could be scrutinized under any light, but a lie cannot withstand any scrutiny, right? So the fact that he lied, and I'm going to be able to prove it, and he's defaming my character because he did write it to a third party, which is the board, the Consent and Capacity Board. So I'm going to sue him for defamation of character. And then my half sister, Brandy Lee Funk, Nee Diggins, she explained it to the Justice of the Peace, so I'm going to sue her for defamation of character slander because she said it orally, lied about me orally, and then she also wrote down a testimony, and so I'm going to sue her for defamation of character libel for that as well. So here's the video. Once again, he said I said I was biologically mortal and I could withstand being hit by a car. So this is the video that he based this premise on, and you'll see that he completely lied. He manufactured words and he orchestrated them, and how he describes how I speak. If you watch any of my videos, videos, I don't correspond just like that, but you'll see how I chastise him in a whimsical way to alleviate mental stress because he's an aggressor of mine. And so that being said, I'm going to show how he's an idiot and he shouldn't be practicing medicine whatsoever. So here we go. So this is a mentalist, maybe not. So right there it says 100% battery. And then right beside that is the internet strength, which is LTE. That's a 6th generation cell phone tower. So I should have instant connectivity. I could stream my videos with that connectivity. I used to do tech support for Comcast, Gateway, Dell, Windows Vista, and AT&T. So I'm well versed in how the internet works. And here's what I do unofficially. So once again, you can see that I'm connected to the...
I've been posting a lot of serious videos, so I'm going to post one that's not so serious. I'm going to stop these cars with my mind.
So I'm just going to show you here before... So you can hear I changed the tone of voice, and I'm waiting for the description to come up. Once again, this should load instantly. I have LTE connectivity. You can see it at the top right there. But people want some affinity, and they're trying to be persistent pain. And so anyways, so you can see right there, it says March 24th, 2019, because I sought asylum in March 2019. Clearly, this is Denmark. You can see a European license plate, and my passport record would show that I never went to Denmark in 2017, yet he claims I have, and he's not accurate with his facts. He said I worked at a company in different years. I'll get through that later on. But so I'll play the video again since it went to full screen. So once again, listen how I say I'm not so serious. Most of my videos are serious, and this one's going to be not so serious. Then I'm going to stop those cars with my mind. I had my hand out. The cars were at a red light. I was about 30 meters away, and they were going slow. They didn't even honk the horn. I had zero risk of getting hurt. It's not because I'm biologically immortal. I was joking around. And he also tried to use song lyrics against me.
I've been posting a lot of serious videos, so I'm going to post one that's not so serious. I'm going to stop these cars with my mind.
So pay attention to the European license plate. There's a European license plate. So I'm just going to go. So any subliminal that you see that's not organic isn't derived by my brain, and with DNA transfers and attributes, multiple people could pretend to be another human body. And so in this video I'll show you that, because my next video that I play, one of them is how I have because he says I have unique genetics, right? So I'm going to show you a video how I do have unique genetics. So first I'm going to show you how it's impossible for somebody to age, get wrinkles on by film, and then have them disappear without their brain, their head moving. So I'm going to show that I am capable of this. And with this MobiZen app, I'll also show a screenshot first that this MobiZen app doesn't have any wrinkle reduction capabilities. So I'm just going to pause this for a second. And there's my white kid. He's blonde hair, brown eyes. White people can't have super black kids. They would have half black kids. And I have a white daughter as well with brown hair and hazel eyes. So if you ever see super black kids in my videos, just know that that's non-organic, and that's an imposter pretending to be Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, because it's not possible. It's not possible. They're called mulattoes. Every mulatto I see never had black skin, like a black person that has black parents. When they have one white parent or one light-skinned parent and then a black parent, their skin is lighter as a result, because they get half the black, half the white, so it's brown basically. But they get darker in the summertime because they tan. So anyways, here's the video showing, I'm going to pause it, I'm going to show you the video. But first I'm going to show you, because once again, the doctor says I have schizoaffective disorder. So that means I have hallucinations, which I don't, and delusions, which I don't, and disorganized thinking. So that means I'm not able to linearly think, and I jump from topic to topic to topic. So I might be talking about, this is an example, I might be talking about race car driving, and I'd be like, hey, I want to go fishing. That's disorganized thinking. But you can see all my videos, I literally progress through all my videos. So I'm going to show you, first of all, how So I'm going to show you how the Mobi-Zen screen recorder does not have a built-in wrinkle reduction feature for recorded videos. So here was the attempt that individuals made to try to make me forget. That's the amount of kilotons of pollution to try to make myself, Christian Meyer, forget. So I'm just going to show you right here. So I'm going to... This is a subliminal, like for a Gauss reading for perpetrators right there. So this brings, this will reveal everybody's DNA, home network, and their social insurance number or social security number or any identifying number worldwide. And there would be a Gauss reading in Canada that's, I'll spell it here, Gauss, or Tesla meter, or Tesla. So they're trying to, like, once again, I'm going to be able to prove, like if you watch my video, schizophrenia is man-made scientific proof. It proves that people are able to hijack the human body, implant thoughts and words and images into your brain and commandeer the human body with biomolecular nanotechnology, biomolecular communication, right? So with that, they're able to agitate nerve endings and cause involuntary muscles movement. So that means that they're able to hijack somebody's body to make them do things that they wouldn't do, especially if they're not aware of it. So I'm not getting sidetracked. They just hijack the body, and it's these are people at the Syria hospital, patients that the government of Canada allows to happen. Once again, I'll show you right now that nobody is able to so once again, the screen recorder, nobody could have their get wrinkled on live film and then have it disappear on live film. And with my Mobi-Zen recorder, it doesn't have a built-in wrinkle reduction feature. So here's the search here. So you can see at the top here, here's my search. Can people get wrinkled on live video and then disappear a few moments later without moving? No, it's not possible for somebody to develop wrinkles on live video and then have them disappear instantly without any physical movement. So you'll see that happens, and I guess I'll show you something else here first. I'm just gonna have to pause it, but in the Canadian public healthcare system, they don't pay for any wrinkle rejuvenation under public funds, and I don't have any coverage privately. So you can see here, no, the Canadian public healthcare system, Medicare, does not cover wrinkle rejuvenation procedures. These procedures, such as Botox or dermal fillers, are for cosmetic purposes and are generally considered elective or cosmetic. And so, once again, I'm not any of those individuals. So I'm just going to play that video now where I rejuvenate my wrinkles on film. So we can go here. So once again, I proved that you can't, on live film, without moving, you can't have wrinkles appear and then disappear. This is a 20-second video, but you'll see this is possible. And once again, the Mobi-Zen screen recorder doesn't have a wrinkle reduction capability.
So my name's Christian Arnie.
So pay attention. Once I chastise, and I mentioned the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, because I was able to coax the internet and be able to tell them, get the internet to say that you could be able to see, have nanotechnology eye cameras that could connect to somebody's brain and the visual primary cortex, and then making them see, basically making the blind able to see, basically. And then I chastise the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, then I get wrinkled on film. Then it disappears a few seconds later.
Meyer, and I'm going to show you how you can basically restore the vision to the blind.
So you can see how I'm filming here. It's not like I walked around. My head might move slightly because I'm speaking, but other than that.
Making this video because I emailed this concept to the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, and you know what they did? They, oh, look at this.
So you can see how I'm beginning to get wrinkles because I was about to chastise them for doing nothing. I sent an email, and over a year, they didn't even say thank you. They didn't say, oh, this is a theoretically possible. We're going to look into this. Thank you, Christian Meyer. They didn't say anything like that. They just completely ignored my email.
I'm just getting aged on film here, and so I'm going to turn off my human thread.
So you can see that I didn't move. I didn't walk around. I didn't do anything. I just disconnected human hijackers that would use brain-computer interface that to connect to my body, and I disconnected from them. And that's why my wrinkles on live video, I got wrinkled, and then they disappeared on live video. And once again, the internet said it's not possible. So that must mean I have extraordinary DNA. And to further prove that fact, I'm going to show you my evolutionary back muscles, pectoral muscles, and feet.
So you could hear me restore instantly, so I'm just going to make this. My name's Christian.
So that was a quick video. So now I'll just show you once again, I said first, I'll show you my evolutionary back muscles, and then my pectoral muscles, and then my feet, right? With disorganized thinking, with schizoaffective disorder, that shouldn't be possible. I should not be able to recollect what I said here. So I'm just looking for proof here. Where is the proof folder? So once again, I said back muscles first. So here's back muscles of generation 1 biology. This is a white man, and you can see how he has indentations, and he doesn't have a V. See, it's how it's not a V. I'll show you my son's back muscles, which are different than his. You can see that my son has different back muscle structures. A computed tomography test would reveal this, that he has different biology. And this is my back muscles. I'm a white man once again. I have a V and no indentations. So I have different back musculature than any other human on the planet, including my evolutionary son, who has the same, half the same DNA as me. His mom is generation 1 biology. I would be equivalent to generation 2 biology. So I say he's generation 1.5 biology. So most people, when they get their DNA profile, they don't have, well, first of all, I said I would show you your pectoral muscles and then my feet. Then I'll go to the DNA profile. But I was going to show you there just since it was right there. But I'll just show you my evolutionary pectoral muscles. And you can see right here, here's my evolutionary pectoral muscles. I'm a white man and I have a sun tattooed, and I have a mole on my right, by my right ear. So now I'll just search online what typical male pectoral muscles look like, and you'll see that they're noticeably different. They don't have those like those ridges that I have along my sternum. Let's see, male pectoral muscles. Smarticus likes to chastise Dr. Ogbonna, who he calls Stupido, as in a whimsical way to alleviate mental stress for being held for over 70 days. Now, male pectoral muscles. Let's see. Male pectoral muscles. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. So I'm just going to go to images because it doesn't, I don't want to see, there we go, there's one right there. So you can see, I'm just going to zoom into the now. You can see right there how there's no, once again, there's no indentation, like there's no ridges that are on his pectoral muscles. This is generation 1 biology once again. He has no like ridges on his pectoral muscles, but I do, Christian Aragorn Meyer. So once again, you can see the indentations on my pectoral muscles. This is part of the reason, and I'm a white man once again, and I have to keep on emphasizing that because with brain-computer interface, people are able to pretend to be me by stealing pieces of my DNA and then implanted some of their DNA in me. Sometimes they make me smell like different people. I have different body odor scents. So anyways, I'm the only one that could answer all the questions about me. And so once again, I said I was going to show you pictures, my back muscles, pectoral muscles, and then my evolutionary feet in that particular order, right? So with the disorganized thinking with schizoaffective disorder, and I shouldn't have been able to do that. And first of all, schizoaffective disorder mainly affects women from 18 to 35, not 47-year-old men. So this is a typical generation 1 biology feet. You can just see the ankles there. There's no bone spurs right there, and there's no ridge right there. And this is my feet. You can see right here, I'll show you the right one first to be different. So you can see my ankle right there. You can see a ridge, or pardon me, a bone or a bone spur there, and a ridge right there. And this is my right foot, and you can see my toe nail. They made my toe black and almost like I gangrene, and that nail hasn't grown in months. And my toe was black because whatever chemical electrolysis they did to my body, but I recovered basically. So here's my ankle, and here's a bone or bone spur, and then here is a bone ridge. So I'll further elaborate this. You could look, I'm going to show you right here because, in Dr. Ogbonna's mind, he's like inappropriate behavior, like showing his sternum. And it's like, well, no, proven science is never inappropriate behavior, Dr. Ogbonna. It's called being scientific. I requested an x-ray. And the best thing about it is in Brazil, I could get an x-ray for $6.70. So once again, I tried to move this rectangle here, and then it changed on me. So once again, my name is Christian Aragorn Meyer, and I have blonde hair, blue eyes. So in Brazil, I could get an x-ray for $6.70 to $84. Right, so it's going to prove that I have evolved like a different skeleton. And then with the computed tomography test, it's going to show that I have different structures, that I have a larger heart than normal, larger lungs than normal, and my organs are going to be different shape. So anyways, here is my sternum right there.
or the xiphoid process. Here's my cert. You can't. They made me gain a lot of weight at the Surrey Hospital to hide my pectoral muscles, but you can still see my xiphoid process right there. That's my xiphoid process. And so once again, showing proof, scientific proof, like and demanded it. I requested an X-ray, a positron emission tomography to be able to show my unique brain chemistry, and a computed tomography test, and I've been denied all that. So once I'm out of the hospital, I'm either going to go to Quebec, I'm going to go somewhere in South America, I'm going to travel somewhere in the world, in America or what have you. I'm going to keep them guessing, because I could probably catch a bus from Canada to Mexico for like $300. Right, and it's like $250 to get these tests done in Mexico. It's nothing, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to shame and chastise and embarrass the Canadian government at that point. So I'm just going to show you here. This is, remember, Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna from the Sault Area Hospital, SAULT Area Hospital. He's supposed to be a doctor, right? So you don't expect spell mistakes, and just think if they prescribe somebody a spell mistake in a prescription, they could die. People could die from that. So this is the caliber of psychiatrists at the Sault Area Hospital. And once again, psychiatrist is psychiatric is. So once again, they're broadcasting digital signals, and I look black for a second there. So that's Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna. And so this is, instead of anxiety, he calls it anxiety. Anxiety. He thinks Christian Eric Carney Meyer has anxiety. So once again, I'm chastising him in a whimsical way. And let's see if I got wrinkled on film. Fantastic, Dr. Ogbonna. You weren't able to maintain your professionalism. So I'm not gonna move my head, and then, oh, my wrinkles changed. Wow, how is that possible? I just proved it again. So anyways, I'm gonna show right here. So I'm going to take a screenshot here to show you how exceptional she is. Anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. I'm joking around now. So, and once again, not only once, but twice, it's not admissions for Dr. Ogbonna, it's amdissins. Christian Eric Carney Myers, amdissins. Smarticus, the Greek god of sarcasm. Is he getting wrinkled again on film? Fantastico. So once again, I'm just going to disconnect human hijackers that have brain-computer interface. And you can see my wrinkles disappear on live film. And remember, it's not possible to get wrinkled on live video and for wrinkles to disappear. But it is for Christian Eric Carney Meyer with my most likely evolved human DNA. So anyways, here it is, ambitions. So you can see how it's AMDISSIOM, ambitions. Christian Eric Carney Meyer likes to chastise Stupido, who he called, Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna, who he calls Stupido, versus Smarticus, right? So if you notice, I don't spell like that, and I'm the patient, right? So I'm going to show you very soon how he's like, he's fully competent, and then the next paragraph down, he is not competent. Right, he's an idiot. So how many times? Straight 3. So he made me age 3 times on film. They're trying to develop technology right now. So I did it a different way, and I disconnected. Wow, guys. So anyways, let's see. I'm just going to pause this. Stupido, and then describing how I never sound like this. So anyways, I'm able to fully articulate myself in all my videos. Like today, yesterday, I looked online about digital impulses being able to act, well, earlier on today, but I looked at yesterday, digital impulses being able to cause affect nerve endings and cause involuntary muscle movements. And then today I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take that further because so they made me say very further there. So once again, I got wrinkled on film. So how many times could I get wrinkled on film and then disconnected? But people with the brain-computer interface connected to Christian Eric Carney Meyer. So anyways, so with digital impulses, they could activate nanotechnology particles through biomolecular communication and then cause disease or activate medicine. I'll just prove that real fast. So, well, first of all, the internet doesn't tell you, because I guess they don't want to let people know that you would be able to do it, but it should be logically understood. If they could activate disease, or pardon me, if they could activate medicine, they would be able to activate disease. So here's where they were able to bend my brainwaves to say the opposite.
And that's part of what they could do with computer-assisted telepathy. I'll show you a screenshot of a video that proves that that's technically possible. So you can see, yes, theoretical computational medicine could be leveraged digital impulse to trigger nanotechnology-based drug delivery. So if they could give you drugs, right, they could either heal you or harm you with drugs, couldn't they? Logically. Smarticus knows this. Come on, guys, don't fall for Stupido's moves. So I'll just show you right here. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this page here because this is part of the... Because it proves that it's Christian Eric Arnie Meyer in this video, because you can see at the top there it says Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, October 20th, 1977. You can see right there, October 20th, 1977. So, anyways, in this video, he's like, well, first he goes from Meyer, and then Meyer's younger brother, Barry Diggins, died in 2023. So I'll just prove that he didn't. Like, he can't get his facts straight. He's not competent. Once again, he says anxiety and ambitions. Junior obituary. So they made me say a typo there, but you can see Barry John Diggins obituary, December 3rd, 2021, so it's not 2023. Right, so here's my brother, December 3rd, 2023. He died November 27th at 41. You can see right there, 2021. So anyway, so that was one point that he had wrong. So if my brother Barry, if his name is Barry Diggins, right? How could it go to half sister Brandy Higgins? That's his competency. So you'll just see here, where is it? Barry Diggins died in 2023 from a work accident, and half sister Brandy Higgins. See where he says Brandy Higgins? We share the same father as Brandy. It's Brandy Lee Funk now, but her last name is Brandy Lee Diggins. Her maiden name is Diggins. So as if, like, that's how competent he is. He's like, okay, well,
my name is Chinedu Ogbonna, Stupido. So I think that his name was Barry Diggins, and then his half-sister must be named Brandy Higgins. So first of all, if you were to look on a keyboard, right there is your F key. There's the D key. There's the D key, and then with your left hand. And then on this hand right there, you go up like that, and there's the H key. There's the H key. So it was on the opposite side. So it wasn't even like the typo was right beside each other. Look on a keyboard. I'll just show you right now. I'll show you right now on a keyboard. Like he's not competent whatsoever. And you'll see this as I keep on chastising him. So you can see right there. So ASDF. ASDF, and then this is a small keyboard, right? On an actual, so H is right there. H is right there, but I believe on an actual keyboard, like connected to a computer, I'm pretty sure J is there, and then you have to go over to hit H, pardon me. So it's one or the other. It's either maybe side. So you can see it wasn't near D. It wasn't nowhere near D. That's the whole point. It was nowhere near D. And people wouldn't be Brandy or Barry Diggins and then Brandy Higgins and be half siblings, more than likely. Right? And so then, so I'll just show you here. So in Stupido's voice, worked for an engineering company, Tenaris, from 2001 to 2016. I worked at Tenaris from January 4th, 2011 until 2016. Then as part of a mass layoff in 2016. So I was hired in January 4th, 2011. There's the proof. Right. So you can see how inept he is. So I'm just going to pause and read my notes. So you can see right here where he said multiple contact with the police. You can see where it says police right there, multiple contact with the police. So in my life, I've been approached by the police, like before I started panhandling, maybe 5 times, maybe 5-6 times in my entire life. But since I've been panhandling, I get harassed by the police, and
criminal harassment is being harassed over a period of time consistently. So I'm going to read you the law showing that panhandlers have a right to panhandle, but officers, they don't take any continuous improvement, and they're inept. They don't know the current law. And there's a Latin phrase that says there's no excuse for ignorance of the law. So you can see where court strikes down part of anti-panhandling law. Basically, you're allowed to panhandle by ATMs on public sidewalks, by transportation, and just because somebody's intoxicated, sitting on the ground asking for change, they don't pose a threat to the community, so they shouldn't be harassed as such. But police harass me all the time. This is how many times I've been harassed. Panhandling, almost all the time. And so anyways, no, just go on with the new things. So once again, Justice Robert Senta and police, they're not aware of the law. And so is it, I'll just search this right here. Be sarcastic. Because I don't have a criminal record. Is it common for someone without a criminal record to be known to the police? Okay, so is it common for someone without a criminal record? So you can see how they hacked me there with my computer interface. So they're trying to make me communicate as poorly as Dr. Ogbonna and those individuals right there. Because I have evolved human biology, so I've never seen a pigeon smash its beak off the ground. But I showed you exotic back muscles. And I could show you some videos showcasing my talent. Like I put yes, it's possible for somebody without a criminal record to be known to the police. Police records include information beyond just criminal convictions, such as a victim, witness, or a person of interest of an investigation, even if no charges are laid. Non-conviction information, likely withdrawal charges, peace bonds, or appear certain types of police record checks. So they make it seem like I'm a bad guy. Like how he's like, known to the police. So here's how much. And it's about, I'll just show you here. This is a ghost reading here. Here's how much money the Canadian government spends to protect Christian Eric Arnie Meyer and my evolved human biology. Right there, there's how much money without any non-organic. There would be a ghost reading there, ghost or Tesla reading that shows that the Canadian government spends a lot of money to protect my biology. So that's why I'd be known to the police. And then they pretend that I'm either Christian Myers or adhering, it's like my last name or middle name's Eric. It's E-R-I-K. They're like E-R-E-K, Myers. And then, they're like, Myers was apprehended on a form 2. It's like, no, people that are being assessed for mental health situations, they're being assessed. They're not being apprehended, right? You lie. That is. I particularly love this one because he's like, where is it? He talks about computer telepathy is a thing. Like as if it isn't. So right here you can see where it says he talks about computerized telepathy is a thing. So now I'll just show you proof that there's a video proof, like there's a YouTube video that has this and proves that it's technically possible. And that video that I just made proving that schizophrenia is man-made. So once again, they're trying very hard with digital impulses to make it so I can't communicate. And you'll see my videos from yesterday or the day before. This wasn't possible because people that were watching my videos, I'm not streaming right now, but people that think I'm streaming right now, they're aware of digital impulses. So they're trying really hard to make me not be able to communicate. Because remember, Dr. Ogbonna, stupido, says anxiety and distance. So anyways. So right here, this video right here, it says computer assisted telepathy YouTube. If you search it and then go under videos, it's an 8-minute video that shows that people are able to influence yes/no decisions. And if you're able to influence a yes/no decision, they're able to make you change your buying behavior, make you mate with somebody else, and do kind of things like that. But basically make me see the things incorrectly. So I'm just going to show you that the Canadian government has a profiling system that they don't acknowledge to the public. So once the Canadian public finds out that the Canadian government secretly kills people and put them to death, when we don't have a death penalty, all these police are going to face war crime trials for using biological weapons on myself, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. So you can see here's a subliminal face right there, and there's where it proves that Christian Eric Arnie Meyer runs the system. And that subliminal face was on a sidewalk. Here's a subliminal face right here. That was in my ashtray. This is on Cora Road. My name is Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. Once again, this guy, he wants an affinity. He's a loser. But anyways, this is the technology that they could put in your body. They could put implants. See where it says implants right there. They could put in implants to see the toxins, your blood pressure, see what your hearing's doing, see what your vision's doing, see what an electroencephalogram, that's see what your brainwaves are doing, an ECG, electrocardiogram, see what your heart's doing, and glucose. And this is the band medical data. So if you can see, I'm going to go around a different way, and you can see that this is an older cell phone. It has an antenna, and it's not a smartphone. It's the band, the U.S. patent 9186071B2. And so I'm complaining about parasitic humans. And Stephanie Meyer, the same spelling as me, is writing about parasitic alien race. So I'll just show you right here how people are able to leach DNA transfer and absorb attributes, basically. So they're human parasites. So I proved that human parasites are possible. They're terrorists. So I'm just going to take a screenshot. And so when I took a screenshot, I revealed all culpability of anybody that thought I was streaming right now and hijacking my human experience. So DNA can be transferred between organisms, even within the same organism, through various mechanisms, resulting in sharing of attributes. This can occur through direct contact or indirectly via intermediaries. So once again, Stephanie Meyer wrote a book about parasitic aliens, and I've showed this in many of my videos. I'm not going to show proof again because I'm trying to get through this. I wanted to make this a quick video. I was going to go after Chinedu Ogbonna, but now I'm going to go after the entire club. You see me age on live film, and then rejuvenate wrinkles. No, it says it's not possible. The internet. How come I, Christian Eric Garney Meyer, could do it? I challenge every single person that pretends to be Christian Eric Garney Meyer and has ever shared my DNA, except for my kids, Kelly Jordan Meyer, Chase Alexander, Barry Meyer. He has 4 names. Everyone is. You're terrorists. You're biological terrorists, and you're going to be treated as such. So I'm just looking here. So you can see here, no Tinder in my app store. So I'm just going to show you a video here how I didn't have Tinder as an option in the App Store. This is how the Canadian government profiles me, and they stopped me from being able to meet women. It wasn't even an option. Like this phone that I have right here, it's from 2022, so I can't install certain apps. So the apps say they're not compatible with my phone, but Tinder wasn't even an option. This is proof that the Canadian government profiles me. And then I can show you proof where they changed the pigmentation of my skin. Like I haven't went outside and I haven't wore shorts. So I'll show you afterwards how I still have a tan from last year. So you can see there's no Tinder. There's no Tinder in this app store. So I'll play it from the beginning.
I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to go with
and here's how many times I've been violated up until that point.
Interested right now because I don't trust people with my camera into my watch. I'm going to try to install Tinder.
See,
I've had brand new phones out of the box.
Instant match for Tinder.
When I was in Vancouver and I couldn't install.
There's they're pedophiles and rapists, so there's plenty of fish. But you can see where Tinder is not even an option in the Play Store for me, Christian Eric Garney Meyer. My name is Chris Meyer Diggins as well, but I'm Christian Eric Garney Meyer. So once again, I'll just show you something here. So the doctor says that I have schizoaffective disorder and bipolar type 1 with psychosis. So I'll be able to show you that I've never harmed anybody, and I don't have a criminal record, and I've never been convicted of any crimes as an adult. Let's see, schizo. Is it more common in women? So once again, Dr. Ogbonna, he'll go from calling me, you'll find out later on, he goes from calling me a he to saying that I'm a her, because with the Canadian government on Form 33, they're like, are not capable to consent to treatment of a mental disorder. They say are because of DNA transfer and people being able to pretend to be more than one person. It would grammatically it should be is, because are is plural and is singular. And I'm Christian Eric Garney Meyer. I'm a single individual, so it should be is not capable to consent to treatment of a mental disorder, but I am capable. So yes, schizoaffective disorder is more common in women than men. So let's see. And at what age? And not men in their 40s, and at what age for each gender. You'll see that it's usually young men, not men in their 40s. I had developed asthma in my 40s after giving the COVID shot, and my asthma has went away now. Schizoaffective disorders are more common in women, while both genders can get diagnosed between 20 and 35, not in their 40s. Right, it's because they pretend, I'll just show you right here, how they pretend that I'm somebody else. So I'll just take a picture of this. So once again, this is the 2022 phone. Like, I held that pretty stable. Like, I should be able to take a picture of from that range and be able to see, like, as I previously did. But on my earlier video, I wasn't able to do it because they're trying to help with Chinedu Ogbonna, and it's bringing down the whole network. You should have just let me chastise them, and now I'm gonna gun for you. So anyways, where it says right here, I'll go from this line. It says, he has a unique anatomy and removes her shirt to show her sternum and her back and feet. Right, so that's by Form 33, they try to say are not capable to consent to treatment of a mental disorder, and it's so grammatically wrong. It's atrocious. It's almost like Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna, anxiety and this is, because it should be is not capable to consent to treatment of a mental health disorder. Like, you're supposed to be doctors. You're parasites. You're not competent whatsoever. You're not competent whatsoever. Here's my ranking in the world, one in that many, and the doctors are 1 in 413. They're fucking losers. The ones that rape. If they take an oath to protect their patients, they don't take an oath to violate and steal their patients' attributes. So I'll just show you here how in his own words, I haven't harmed anybody. Just like this. So I'm just gonna pause this for a second. So you can see here, where he says, no, I'm, okay, so once again, I should have been able to take that picture. So as soon as I try to challenge a bunch of pedophiles and rapists and bestiality people, they're hacking my phone to not be able to take a picture. And cops, they're inept. C. O'Brien, he's this perpetrator right there. That's what he looks like non-organically. Showing his psyche. When he felt my pocket when I went to the hospital, he cupped my buttocks. He sexually groped me. Okay, so right here, it says, but to your knowledge, has he ever actually harmed anybody? So right here it says, but to your knowledge, has he ever actually, like, once again, I should be able to take a picture with this phone. But I mentioned it was a 2022 phone, so they're trying to hack it. Like, it's a smartphone, so I should be able to take a picture. Like, so I'll film it like this. But to your knowledge, has he ever actually harmed anyone? No, I'm not aware of him having harmed anyone. So he says I'm psychotic, right? So I haven't taken medication in over 2 years. I've been hospitalized for over 70 days. I do have a medical marijuana prescription for anxiety, and I haven't been given my medication, and I don't have any florid psychotic symptoms. In Dr. Ogbonna's mind, I'll show you here how he thinks it's psychotic for somebody to refuse blood work. So I show you right here. So right here, physical impairment driven by psychotic symptoms, including refusing blood investigations. So my phone should be able to read this. So like once again, the police department is going to be you're going to have high treason charges against you. Everyone use hacking my phone, making that blur my camera. Everyone use. I should be able to read this. I should be able to, like I said, that I was in a hurry, so they're trying to make me not be able to. So once again, so it says right here, driven by psychotic. You can see where it says psychotic. And the next line, symptoms included refusing blood investigations, despite a family history of diabetes. So first of all, he's not a medical doctor, he's a psychiatrist. They made me say that. He's a medical doctor. Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna is not a medical doctor. I'll show you proof. They don't like how I'm bringing down the network, right? So I'll show you proof that psychiatrists, well, first of all, blood work isn't 100% accuracy in diagnosing diabetes. And my family physician has never required me to get a blood work for a diabetic check. But every single time I see Dr. Ogbonna, he wants my blood work. And here's why. He's a terrorist. So no, a psychiatrist is not the specialist who typically diagnoses diabetes. No blood tests for diabetes do not offer 100% accuracy in diagnosis. It's not unheard of for a male to be diagnosed with schizophrenia in their 40s. So I'll just show you this. No, a patient diagnosed with schizophrenia in the 40s is not typically medicated and released after a few days of observation. So I'll just show you where he said that, because I'm trying to hurry up here. And I'll show you where my half sister said that I was diagnosed in 2015. So I mean, his first admission was 2017. That was a few days. His last admission was about 1 month in 2020. So I was assessed in 2017 quickly for whatever reason, and then released. And then in 2019 I was assessed and released. So I'll just show you that I sought asylum, because where does it, he said that I sought asylum in 2017. So I'm trying to get him with all the lies that I can right now. So 1 second. So, well, first of all, this is my half-sister, Brandy, diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia in 2015. So right there, he should have realized that she's not confident to be trusted, right? Because she said 2015 and Dr. Ogbonna saying 2017. So really, at that point, he should have been like, okay, she's not accurate with her facts. And in court for the tribunal, I'm going to show a text message where she said I used crack cocaine, and when I challenged her, she's like, well, I heard it from somebody. So not only did she pass on hearsay in evidence to get me formed, she based it on hearsay herself. So it's like secondhand hearsay. How ethical is that? And hearsay typically is only used when it's collaborated by the defendant, which would be myself, which I've never used crack cocaine. That's proof that I've never used crack cocaine. And for anybody to try to add anything, I'm Christian Eric Myers, so for anybody to pretend that I did, they're lying. So now I'm going to show you how I was in Copenhagen in 2019. And first I'm going to show you that he said I was that I was diagnosed in 2017, or that I went to Denmark. So I'm just trying to look here. It doesn't, like in the notes I have right now, it doesn't say, like he did say 2017, that, sometimes that I did travel to Denmark, but the notes I have right now don't prove it. But I did seek asylum right after in 2019, and I got formed by my brother, who's now deceased, in 2019. So I'll just show you the video from Copenhagen, how it was in 2019, and so in court at the tribunal, I'll be able to prove that he said 2017 for Denmark, Copenhagen. That should be the exact title of the video. So here you can see Copenhagen at night, and it says 6 years ago. So it's 2025, so that'd be 2019.
That people are presented of me. Beautiful building.
So you can tell that.
Certainly there's definitely going to be some subliminal.
So that's Copenhagen. So there's one thing I'll just show you here. I just want to put this in the video, but he so once again, here's all the perpetrators that are using brain computer interface, biomolecular communication to hijack and make it. So this is this phone's 3 years old. They can't pretend it's like from like the last millennium, basically. So it says he continued to exhibit profound, like this paragraph right here at the top. he continued to exhibit profound lack of insight and grandiose delusional beliefs. Mr. Meyer, during conversation, revealed that he has as the only person who can simultaneously have a conversation as well as solve complex mathematics algorithms. So I'll just show that. So I'll just play that video. So he said grandiose, so I'll just play some grandiose beliefs, and then I'll just finish up the video where he says I'm competent, and then the next paragraph he says I'm not competent. So let's prove. So quantum computing type brain.
See who I am. But I'm going to write down any two numbers and simultaneously talk while I'm doing some math. And the numbers are going to be 78 times 48. So 78 times 48. So being able to think about my brain being the influence for quantum computing is very simple, because I'm able to do this because I have that genetic advantage that other people don't have. So very simply, I was able to come up with 3,744. Let's see if I...
So that's the right answer. I was first in the world in a math game. And so I'll just play this video right here. Garbage chute story, 83 Gilder, Toronto. My brother, Barry John Diggins Jr., he's passed away once again, November 27th, 2021. He said that I threw him down a garbage chute. We lived on the 4th floor. And garbage chutes in buildings aren't big enough for a 10-year-old to be tossed down. If not, kids would be dying all the time. But Dr. Chinedu Ogbonna, once again, who says, anxiety and distance, he thinks that it's possible.
83 Gilder Drive, where,
I'll just...
that he's like, oh, he threw me down the garbage chute. And it's like, whoa, that's not even possible, man. Like, how could you do it? Like, would you be stiff? I'm like, come on, that's impossible. And I'm going to keep this recorded until I get to the outside the building.
Okay, so I messed it here. So you can see how small the garbage chute is compared to my hand. Look at my hand compared to the garbage chute. Once again, you could only fit a small plastic bag to go down the garbage chute. They add subliminal. How many times did they add non-organic to my videos? For Bill C-18, the Canadian government is atrocious, and they're going to be responsible for biological war crimes against my biology. And so it's a threat to human existence, really. So anyways, you can see here that that's a small garbage chute. If on the 4th floor, you got to realize that's 40 feet high. He would have lacerations, broken bones, and contusions. And there's no medical record. Like, I can't challenge him now because he's deceased. But he would have been to the hospital. And how come? Like, I was 12 years old when I lived in this building. I left 2 weeks before my 13th birthday. How come it took 30 years for me to be diagnosed as psychotic? So you see right here when I show that
this is Gilder. This is the building where we used to live.
So you can see where it says right there at the top, it says 83 Gilder, and they lie. So right here, this is why they steal my attributes. This is the first time I did this.
Here's some of that evolutionary talent. Here's me going bar down with the
football. This is my first attempt throwing football at this target. Then this is my son. This is his first attempt, and he only tried once. He was 5 feet tall at the time. Look how small he was. So I tried once, he tried once. And that's why the video is 19 seconds long, because that's how easy it was for us to do this trick. And so this is me putting him on a straight flush. You got to realize that the straight flush, there was 2 potential straight flushes. There was a 4 of a kind. There was 3 full houses. There was 6 straights, a 3 of a kind, and 3 2 pairs. So the odds of putting them on a straight flush were exactly 1 in 5,197,000,000,000 billion. And so watch.
Instead of going to restaurants, I go to the grocery stores so I can do attractions. I end up going to the restaurants every day, but at least one meal might be, if the hotel doesn't provide breakfast, okay, let's go to the grocery store and grab some bananas or some bread and royal flush draw. Let's see how this works out.
So you can see how he had the royal flush draw, and I could tell that he had the straight flush, the best possible hand, by how fast he bet. Right, I ended up having the nut flush, so that I had the ace high flush. So that's the best possible flush you could have. The only hands that beat it, the ace high flush, are a full house, a four of a kind, a straight flush, and a royal flush. So let's see, full house, four of a kind, straight flush, royal flush. So I had the fifth best hand, and how fast he bet, I knew he had the straight flush because he had the best possible hand. The rhythm of the hand, how he played, he bet like he had the best possible hand. And that being said, I was a $2, like it was a real money table, and I lost money intentionally, and I would have folded if I had more money, but I was trying to get sponsored at the time, and so I put them on the straight flush, and I only had like 50 views because Bill C18, people like add subliminal porn to my videos to restrict me from being famous, and that's the Canadian government. That's how much they do it. Like the Canadian government is filthy. They're disgusting humans. So you can see, like, he bet. I didn't snap call. Like, if he had the straight, I said he had the, dude, there could be a straight flush, there could be a four of a kind, and then eventually I'm like, oh, he has the king, and then I call, right? But if I thought he had one of the six, like, other straights, because he had the king of clubs, he could have had the king of diamonds, king of spades, king of hearts, or the eight of diamonds, spades, or hearts, right? Or the eight of clubs for the lower straight flush. But I knew he had the king, because I'm like, he had the king, and I knew that he had the straight flush because how fast he bet and just my luck, basically.
It's only $2 I have to call because I have the nut flush, but I'm certainly calling because there's the straight flush and a full four of a kind. So I think he might have the king. He had the king. So I would have folded if it was more than that, but I just wanted to show that I could put him on the king. If it was more than $2, I would have folded there because I knew that he had the straight flush.
So one last thing I'll show in this video here is how Dr. Ogbonna contradicts himself. So right here, so he's okay, so Mr. Meyer has no significant cognitive impairment and thus able to process, retain, and understand the aforementioned information. He acknowledges the concept of schizophrenia. Okay, so he says that. Then he changes my name here. Mr. Myers is unable to appreciate and the foreseeable consequences of making a decision or lack of. He could not appreciate the nature, history of his illness. So how do you go from not having a cognitive impairment and so well, first of all, I used to be a financial advisor. I have a millwright machinist certification, and I went to college and university for business. I have over 20 post-secondary business courses, and I've been the first in the world in 2 games. And here's exactly how many people said I was the smartest person they've ever met. So people claim that I'm the smartest person I've ever met, and so here's my aura. Look at my aura. That's my natural aura, and there's my psyche, and this is why they steal my attributes, because of my intellectual property, and being able to, like, if you watch my video from it's called Grandiose right on YouTube, I'll just show you it. I reveal 10 different innovations on there. I've been ripped off in innovation. I double my money on the stock market in 16 days in real money. And then for a real money play app, like for pretend, but based on real stocks, it wasn't real money, I guess real stock app that was play money, I doubled my money in 1 day. But the difference was in the real stock trading app, people always bought what I wanted to sell. So I was able to double my money in 1 day. But with real money on Questrade, I doubled my money in 16 days. And the rule of 72 for mutual funds takes at least 7.2 years. And I did in 16 days. And so if you watch this video, Grandiose, you'll be entertained. I give away 10 ideas,
on there, viable ideas, and I just showcase how smart I am, because Dr. Ogbonna, stupido, said I had grandiose beliefs. All right, so once again, I haven't any of my videos. I've been at the Surrey Hospital now for over 70 days, since May 5th. So let's see, so 26 days in May, then 30 days in June. So that's 56, and then the 19th. So that's exactly 75 days I've been in the hospital. Can you do math that fast? That's how fast I did math, right? So let's see if I'm correct with those numbers. Let's see how fast. Let's see and once again, people are leeching off me like a parasite, right? And so 26 plus 30 plus 19, 75. Wow, that's how fast I did math. As fast as I was able to say it. So once again, people steal my attributes. I'm very gifted at math. In grade 2, I was offered to do grade 6 for math for half the day. Grade 9, I was offered to do a math competition for all of Ontario. Once again, I'm a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. People can't steal my attributes anymore. And so when I played, the first time I played hardball, I guess I'll show you. They haven't came to my phone yet, so I got a few minutes here. So I'll show you a couple things that I could do athletically. So the first time I played hardball, like baseball with a pinochle, I was 15. I tried out for the rep team. I'm a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy once again. And I made the rep team, and it was $2,000, and my parents couldn't afford it, so I went in the house league. I got in the paper all the time, and I got called out to play against 21-year-olds, and I didn't try it because I thought there was another year of house league, right? I was only 15. I thought I could play until I was at least 18, right? But I wanted to get one season underneath my belt. But if not, if I would have realized that was an opportunity to become a professional baseball player, I would have taken it. And so I'll just show you some of my athletic prowess. And when I do the trick with acorn, you got to realize I was 46 at the time. I wasn't allowed to dunk a basketball until I was in my 30s, and I wasn't allowed to have a six-pack until I was 46, because the penis envy, based on my biology. Because I could come up with songs like, she started wearing grandma panties like her ass died, and I cried like a million times. What did I ever do to that ass? We used to have a blast. Or another one, women augment their face with makeup. Oh no, she went from a 6 to 10, bravo. He's the poker dancer. He knows the answer. He makes the bets. She gets wet with temptation. He's a sensation. Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. So anyways, so that's why I made the video grandiose. So here, I'll play these two videos here. So this is in case two assailants were coming at me simultaneously. The targets were 6 feet high. Look how effortless I made this look. Look how effortless I made that look. And I was in my 30s at that point. And this one, I was in my 40s. So I can't do it because of the Canadian government, but wherever I end up going to get my X-ray or computed tomography test, I'll be able to show you. I'll post a video on my YouTube channel how I could spin a cup full of water behind my back. Right? I used to call it, my kids used to call it stupid human tricks. I would from the end of the driveway, I would throw a football, and I had to go over power line under a tree branch into a basketball net, and I could do it like say two times out of 5. I've only threw a football maybe less than 200 times in my life. So anyways, I guess that's pretty much it. So I showed you how good I am, and so once again, you didn't hear me use words like anxiety or ambitions, like stupido, Dr. Ogbonna. But Smarticus, Christian Eric Arnie Myers, he's going to chastise Ogbonna once again to get wrinkled on film. It looks like I'm being wrinkled on film. Yes, I'm able to show it with live video, so I'm going to show over here. So let's see. So here's the Canadian government trying to work on techniques. So, and this is how much they simulate my blood pressure. So once I'm in a different country, I'm going to be able to show it. I'm going to get a computed tomography test because it's going to show how big my heart is and how big my lungs are, and for them to say that I can even remotely come close to having a blood pressure over 130. They're going to look insane in the Canadian government. And the best thing about it is every one of these nurses, they wrote down lies about my blood pressure. So they lied about my medical information. So you know what that is? That is slander, defamation of, not slander, that's defamation of character, libel. So you can see once again, so I kind of got wrinkles, and it will be harder to make them disappear, but I made it happen. Because that's what I do. I'm Smarticus. Remember, don't trust the pedo, or don't trust any of those people if you ever see them.